Right, so ratios are in the form of shares. So if 2 to 3 is read 2 to 3, so this represents 2 shares, this represents 3 shares, or to get a total of 5 shares. So an example, Mary, Jean, and James are to share $1,500 in ratio 2 to 3 to 5, respectively. What does respectively mean? In the order we see the names is the order we're going to share. So Mary is Jean, and J for James, with 2 to 3 to 5. Calculate how much money each of them receive. Now, if we were to add it up to get the total number of shares, we'll get 10 shares, right? So we say 10 shares will be equal to the total amount of money, which is $1,500. So one share, or divide 10 by 10 to get 1, we'll divide 1,500 by 10. So one share will be $150. So Mary has 2 shares, be 2 by 150, which is $300. Jane has 3 shares, so it's 3 by 150, which is $450. And James has 5 shares, so 5 by 150, $750. Now, when you're done, there's a way to check to see if you're correct or not. So the check is that we add or sum the answers, right? So 300, add 450, add 750, $1,500. So we're correct. So this is like a basic way of doing ratios. So you add them up, you add the ratios to see how much shares everybody have in total, find the value of one share, and then multiply everybody's shares by that one value. Right, so let me try some of the questions that I have on the left-hand side here. Question 1, sum of money is to be divided among 2 consultants in ratio 2 to 3. What is the amount of the smaller share? So the total amount is 25,000, and the ratio is 2 to 3, which will equal to 5 shares. So the 5 shares will be equal to this. One share is 25,000 divided by 5, which is $5,000. So the smaller share is 2 shares. So 2 by 5,000, which is $10,000. Now if they ask us to find how much each would do, you do to multiply 2 by the 5,000, I'm sorry, 3 by the 5,000, you get 15,000. If you add it up, you know you're correct. Maybe do number 3 instead. It makes sense all the time using same questions over and over, and I have plenty questions to go ahead with. Two links and the ratio 7 to 8. So the ratio is 7 to 8, which is 15 shares. The first length is 273 meters. So we could say the first length 7 shares is 273 meters. They want to know what is the second length. So similarly, all you have to do is find the length of one share by dividing by 7. So 273 divided by 7, 7 into 7, 1. 7 into 27 is, let's see, 3, 6 remaining. So 39 meters. So the longer share is 8 shares. So it's 8 by 39. 9 8s 72. 3 8s 24 and 7 31. So 301 meters. 12 meters, sorry. Another way they like to bring questions is like question 4, where Natasha and Trisha share a sum of money in the ratio 5 to 3 respectively. If Trisha's share was $126.75, calculate Natasha's share. So number 4, the ratio is 5 to 3, which is 8 equal to 8 shares. Now this is Natasha, this is Trisha. So Trisha received 3 shares. That's not shares, that's a T. 3 shares is equal to $126.75. So 1 share is 126.75 divided by 3. So 42.25. So $42.25. Right? So Natasha's share was equal to 5 shares. So it's 5 by this amount, 42.25. So we have a calculator for that. So pull up my calculator. 5 multiplied by 42.25. $211.25. Now, part B, you have 2 ways to do it. Right? One way is knowing that we have 8 shares. So the total is 8 shares. So be 8 by 42.25. So 8 by $42.25, which is $338. Or we could say that we add in the 2 amounts that we have. Because Natasha got $211.25. And what was the other girl's name? I forget. And Trisha got $126.75. And if you add it up, you're still supposed to get $338. So you have 2 ways to do that one. A sum of money was shared among Albert, Bruce, and Christine in the ratio 3, 7, 10 respectively. Right? So Albert is 3 shares, Bruce is 7 shares, Christine is 10 shares. If Bruce receives $600 more than Albert, so Bruce was equal to $660 plus Albert amount. right? But remember, Bruce was 7 shares, so that was equal to the 7 shares, right? So in order to get how much 1 share is, you'll subtract the 3 shares from both sides, or carry it across the equal sign, it will turn to a subtract. So 7 shares minus 3 shares will give us 4 shares, which will be equal to the 660. Now to get 1 share, we divide by 4 on both sides. Right, so 4 into 4 is 1, and 660 into 4 will give us $165. So 1 share is $165. Now the total amount of shares is 20, so 20 by 165, $3,300. Number 6. Sum of money divided among Yuri, Anna, and Maria in the ratio 4 to 7 to 9 respectively. If Anna's share amounts to $12.95, so Anna was 7 shares was equal to $12.95. Calculate the amount of money shared, so A, the total amount. Now the total amount of shares is 4 plus 7 plus 9. So 4 and 7 is 11 and 9 is 20 shares. Right? So from Anna's share we have 7 shares is equal to $12.95. So 1 share with $12.95 divided by, that's not a 5, $12.95 divided by 7. Right, so feeling lazy now, I'm going to use a calculator for that. $12.95 divided by 7 is $185. Right? So they ask us the total number of shares, which is 20. So it's 20 multiplied by 185. 5 2s are 10. 2 8s are 16, and 1 before 17. 1 2 is 2 and 1 before. So $3,700 is the total amount. B. You want to know what is Yuri's share? Yuri was 4 shares. So it's 4 times 185. 5 4s are 20. 8 4s are 6. No, not 16. 8 4s are 32, and 2 from before 34. 1 4 is 4, 740. C. The percentage of the total amount Maria received. Now there are 2 ways to get this. Is that you find out how much Maria gets, right? You can add Anna and Yuri amount and minus it from the total amount, or you can find out how much her shares was versus the total number of shares. So Maria was 9 shares out of the 20 shares by 100 over 1. So you multiply by 100 over 1 to get the percentage. 20 into 21, 20 into 100 is 5. So we get 45%. Again, another way of doing it, Maria would have got 3,700 minus the sum of Anna, which is 112.95 add 740. 5 9 and 4 is 13. 596 right, and you have to put this amount, so Maria would have got $1,665 over the total amount, multiply by 100 over 1, and some way and some form, using your calculator, you're supposed to get 45%. This way is longer and more complicated, So I'd suggest you use the number of shares instead. Right? So number 10, the sum of money, $2,040 was shared among Akeem, Shauna, and Kisses. Right. Kisses received $720 more than Akeem. So Kisses received $720 plus Akeem share. Right? So if Akeem received $360, determine Shauna's amount. All right. So we have to, before we can determine Shauna's amount, we have to determine how much Kisses got, right? So this will be 720 plus the 360, $1,080. So Shauna would have got the total amount, which is $2,040, subtract the sum of these two, K plus. So let's write in it in formula before we work it out, right? So, sorry, 1080 add 360. So if you ask it to write a formula, it would have been like this, right? So Shauna's amount, 40. So Shauna received $600. The ratio which the money was divided. So they want us to determine the ratio. And how are we going to do that? So we know there's a ratio, right, of Akeem, Shauna, and Kisses, right? So Akeem received $360 out of the 2,040. Shauna received 600 out of the 240, 2040. And Kisses received 1,800 out of the 2040. So we have to simplify each one of those fractions to figure out what was the shares that they get, right? Now, so we're gonna simplify. 6 could go into this. Yeah, 6 into this, 6 into this. We get 34. Can simplify one more time. So that's 6. So 2 into this. Sorry, 2 into 6, 3. 2 into 34 is 17. Now we go on to the next one. Again, 6. 34, 5, 17. 6 into 108. 18, 34, again 17, 9. So you see the denominators are the same. Once the denominators are the same, it means that that was the total, or the total shares was equal to 17. So the numerators of the fractions will give us the ratio. So 3 to 5 to 9 is the ratio. If we had gotten different denominators, like we say this one is 34 and this one is 17, all you'll do is multiply by 2, right, to get them to the same denominator, right? So you just make them fractions of the total amount, which you found, right, which is actually given, sorry, right? And once the denominators are the same when you simplify it, you use the numerators as the ratio.